All right, I don't get a moment where it's real quiet in here too often, but everybody's at lunch. We're kind of in the middle of bringing in the second wave of service. This one we're doing some transmission internal work on, harness. I'm waiting on a quick learn right over here on the scan tool, so I had a couple minutes. I thought I'd just kind of walk you all through the shop. So we've got 10 different service bays here. This is our shop off Sunset. We bought the extended height lifts. You can see air piping in there, exhaust system in there. And so these are less than a year old. We've got a Hunter Hawkeye alignment system there with open front Challenger. That's a 14K lift. Back here is a Challenger closed front. We do a lot of exhaust on there. As we kind of pan through the rest of the shop, we've got 4 of these American-made 10,000 pound Challenger racks here. And this is actually a early Chinese-made rack. It was really before I knew the difference between some of the American-made domestic stuff and the Chinese stuff. Now, this one's been a pretty good rack, to be honest. I have, I think, 3 of these throughout all of our company. It was really, I just didn't know the difference. And you can look, so this is a 10,000 pound here, and this is also supposedly a 10,000 pound. There's significant difference in those lifts. And for the money, this one has been okay. But I don't buy the Chinese ones anymore, sheerly because of the difference. You know, you look at a half-ton truck anymore, I need the beef of that post right there and need to make sure that it's a pretty badass lift, if you will. So we do use this. Obviously we bought and paid for it already. Hope the audio is not too bad with that compressor running, but it'll be fine. But when it does wear out, I'm gonna replace it with this one here or all these here. That's essentially what I did. As we kind of look across the shop there, I've got a couple techs that do a lot more truck work. These are actually 12,000 pound extended height racks. And they're just absolutely a monster. So my 3/4 ton, 1 ton diesel service, all the way down to, you know, these little Honda passenger cars. No problems at all. We've had a smart car on this thing. So really just a rock star setup here at this shop. I love working in this shop. We do heat with waste oil here. We do keep an old brake lathe back there. That's about the last one that I've got anymore. It does okay. We use it once in a while, but the waste oil heat is really a nice feature there. I do keep a forklift here. Been handy. Did a head gasket on it a couple years ago, but I really wish all of my shops had forklifts. We'll work on that. This is kind of a special lift here. This is a 30,000 pound drive-on rack, so just a rock star monster. I do some heavy truck stuff, or more medium duty truck stuff, I guess is what it would be. So this allows me to lift the axles, rolling jacks, etc. This has been a really good lift. There's not a lot of shops around that have a lift with that capacity. As we kind of pan around here, we do custom exhaust, so I prefer bend packed benders. I prefer Miller welders. That's kind of our go-to. This, like I said, is our exhaust rack. We do other service on there, obviously, but this rack, if I had to guess, so these 4 across here, less than a year old. That Chinese rack back there, probably 3 years old. These here, probably, I don't know, 4 years old. And these are probably getting close to 7, 8 years old now. Something the guys did that I really hadn't thought about is they mounted all of our alignment heads to our posts. So that one goes there, that one goes there. Keeps everything right where we're working. Up-to-date Hunter alignment stuff. And then we've got our tire equipment. John Bean and a Coates. It's hard to beat that stuff. Really good. We don't sell used tires. Those are waiting to be cut up. But this is really kind of our humble abode. I love working at this shop. We did put I can't remember how wide that is. I think it's a 15-foot circumference or a radius of that quote-unquote big-ass fan up there. So, like I said, I don't get a lot of time that the shop's quiet. not a lot going on here, but thought I'd share it with you guys, kind of show you what was going on. This place is fantastic as far as being a technician, mechanic to work in. I've worked in a lot of other shops. You guys see my at-home shop. It's nothing like this. So very fortunate to work in a shop that's so nice, so well equipped, and the guys do a great job keeping it clean. I didn't have them clean this up. I didn't do anything. It's just how it is all the time, and I really love working in a shop like that. So hope this interests you guys. If it does, definitely give me some comments, some ideas. Actually, before I cut off here, one thing I do on all my 2 posts is I put a air hose right on that corner of each post and the rack. There's some back there too. So any ideas about the shop, critiques, whatever, let me have it. Thanks for hanging out with me.